Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Navs Effect podcast. I'm your host, Naveen Ganglani. Welcome to episode 92. Crazy to think that we're now getting close to episode 92, considering where we started with the podcast about a year and a half, 2 years ago. I can't really remember now, but to get to episode 92 and then eventually get to episode 100, it's I have a good time, looking back on it. Kind of at a loss for words there, but this completely started as a passion project. And recently, we've been fortunate enough to add some sponsors to the show, those who have been willing to be part of this growth, organic growth that we're trying to aim for with the podcast. And, if you've been a listener from the very beginning, or if you started listening midway through when we were producing episodes, I just want to express my deepest appreciation and gratitude to the listeners. And if you're a new listener, we hope that you will continue listening to the podcast for quite some time. And so, as we approach episode 100, and by the way, my producer Jason, yes, I remember my promise about when we'd reach episode 100, still holding true to that. I thought this would be a great time to maybe switch things up a little bit, add some new dynamics to the podcast, especially with UAAP coming up end of September, early October. That's soon approaching. FIBA World Cup, of course, end of August, and before we know it, the NBA season will be here too. And we still have F1 going on, NFL, so a lot of sports to cover. The Philippine national teams, how they've been doing so well. So I thought maybe of introducing this new concept where I provide some quick updates from people I've spoken with, from sources I've spoken to, from latest with what's going on when I talk to players, when I talk to athletes, coaches, latest developments. I don't really have a name for it yet. This kind of episode that we're coming out with, I guess I'm just going to include it as part of the episode count, and have it just part of the overall podcast. We do have big plans coming up. Can't reveal so much yet, but this is one of them. So I don't want to take too much time because this is meant to be a quicker, like hitting episode. But I didn't want to introduce this new concept. But essentially, what I want to do is kind of talk about latest developments. And over the last few days, I have been somewhat busy trying to gather intel on which standouts will be joining the PBA draft. The PBA, of course, released the application form recently for those interested to join the 2023 draft, which potentially could have so many household names, those we've watched in college and other semi-pro leagues. So just to recap, those who have I've heard from sources or players directly that plan to enter for the draft. Now, take note, no one, at least I know of, has actually submitted the form to the office yet. A lot of people are still busy gathering documents, figuring out what are the next steps. But there are those who seem motivated to submit their names to the draft. Now, the first one that I really heard of was Shawnee Winston. His manager right now, which is also his dad, was adamant about Shawnee joining the draft and trying to get to a good team. And now they feel Shawnee could play really well with a PBA team and make a name for himself, similar to how he did for DLSU. They would like to go to a good situation, of course, but they're also aware that these drafting procedures are not always in the player's hands. Of course, their teams slotted to pick one, two. Rain or Shine will be 3 and 4. I believe Terra Firma is 1. Northport might be 5, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check. I don't know at the top of my head right now. So just latest news. Shawnee Winston, yes, he plans to apply. Henry Galinato played 1 season with the UP Fighting Maroons. He plans to apply too. That's one name I'd watch out for. Rain or Shine seems like the kind of big that Coach Yang would like to have in his team. But would Rain or Shine pick him early in the first round? I think that's a question that will be worth monitoring. Richie Rivera and Brent Pariso. This was confirmed by their agent Charlie D of Virtual Playground. Now, will they be first round picks? I think that's the question surrounding those two right now. They're going to be two guards in the PBA. They're not really point guards, but they can handle a bit. But they're more two guards, in my opinion. And it depends who else is going to apply, how the rest of the draft is going to shake out. And I think they have the potential to be first round picks, but we don't really know who are the other Philams joining the draft yet. We know Cedric Bearfield won't be joining because he recently signed with a team in Taiwan. So that's a potential top 1 or 2 pick off the board for now. Let's see. John Lloyd Clemente of the NU Bulldogs in Pampanga and MPBL. He led NU in scoring UAP season 85. He's planning to join. He's one of those 6'3", 2 shooting guard, small forwards you can play in the PBA. He's a good shooter. Some people might have wished he was a little more consistent during his collegiate career, but he's a name who would probably go late first round, early second round, depending again on who else is going to join the draft, because this is still early in the proceedings. A lot can happen. Some other names worth keeping out for. So Xavier Lucero, I have spoken with Zave. Zave, by the way, is back to playing some basketball on the court. Maybe not like organized 5-on-5, but he's back on the court and learning how to kind of trust his body again in the process, at least based from the videos I've watched. That's what I've seen. He's not yet sure if he's going to join the draft. He's still in the deciding process of it. So let's see what he ends up with. Of course, if Zave does join the draft, best be sure he'll probably go somewhere in the top 5. A team, assuming that everything is good with the knee and he's healthy and ready to go, I think he'd be a top 5 pick. Another guy who I think could be a top 5 pick is Luis Villegas of the UE Red Warriors. Played the one and done season for them, made the UAAP Mythical 5. So Luis, though, a few months ago, tore his ACL in a practice session for 3x3. So he's still in the recovery process. So still not sure if he's going to join the draft, but that's a name to watch out for. Talk and Text would love to have him on their PBA roster. Now, Talk and Text doesn't have a top 5 pick in this draft. So if Luis joins in 2024, Talk and Text might position itself better to get him. But I know Rain or Shine also might have interest in Villegas, so he's a name to watch out for. And other names to just keep out for. Ken Tuffin has said before he'd like to join the draft, so I think his name will be there, although I haven't confirmed that with him yet. Rafi Verano, another name who's going to be there, could go in the first round, second round. He'd definitely be a good utility guy, a glue guy for a team, especially a team that could be looking for role players as they try to compete in the PBA playoffs. So that's a name to keep out for Rafi Verano as well. Rafi, of course, represented by EMBM, Marvin Espiritu. I think Rafi's going to end up with maybe a team like, I can envision a team like a Meralco getting him now, or NLEX. Now, I'm not reporting this is going to be true. This is just me hypothesizing. But a few other names to watch out for, although I haven't confirmed these yet, but some potential names to watch out for in the draft. So we mentioned Lucero, we mentioned Villegas, Kate Flores, another name, Jolo Mendoza, formerly of Ateneo. He's been playing in PBA on tour. Justin Baltazar, will he join the draft? That's a big question because he is, as you probably hear the motor vehicles behind me, but Baltazar is probably a top 3 pick if he joins the draft. Other names, J-Boy Gob, Tor Malilin, Kit Jimenez, Sherwin Concepcion of UST, as I mentioned, Ken Tuffin, Kit Datu, Luis Angalang, JC Colliar, Inan Fornelias, Warren Bonifacio, Brandon Bates, who from the person I spoke with, his representation said he's still deciding if he will join the draft or not, but he's a big-bodied guy who would go in the first round if he declares for the draft. Brix Ramos told me right now he's not planning to declare for the draft. Fran Yu, I think would have to confirm that. CJ Payawal is an interesting name. He's a 3-and-D Philam who could really help a PBA team, but he's currently tied up with Chooks to go 3-on-3. So interesting to see if they allow him to join the draft. That happens. Let's see. Okay, some other names here. Maybe I don't want to reveal just yet. BJ Andrade, let's see. Not sure yet. Ken Mark Carino, I believe, will join the draft. But nothing official yet. We'll have to wait for the official word of his agency, Titan. But those are some of the early names coming up. And of course, we always have Philams who suddenly pop up as options joining the draft. Teams will be interested in. And as we get closer to the September deadline, I think we're going to have a better idea of how the draft is going to round up. But it's definitely a very exciting draft coming up, potentially. A lot of good names, quality names. Given some changes in the Asian teams and how they recruit Asian players, we might start seeing more local players apply for the PBA draft. In Taiwan, there's no longer an Asian import position. It's just world import positions now. So heftier competition to get there. Korea, the rule is both your parents have to be Filipino. So that limits the Philams from joining there in Korea. And in Japan, from what I was told, you have to be classified as a FIBA local to get an offer. But there are other stipulations too. Not so well versed with the definitions and the rules there, but that's about an idea of what I have in the rules to apply and get the Asian recruit spot. Yes, I think that's the best way to describe it. But a lot to be excited for, especially with the World Cup coming up. So many things are going to be happening. College teams preparing as well. Quick college team notes: DLSU went 4-1 in their trip to Japan. It was a 5-game, 9-day trip. They faced some Division 2, Division 3 B League teams. They faced some college teams as well. UP, of course, recently concluded a successful trip to Serbia, where I believe they went 5-1 or 6-1, won most of their games. They're going to Korea in August. DLSU has a trip coming up to Davao. Of course, Ateneo currently undefeated at Phil Basket. They've been playing very well. They went undefeated on their way to the Pinoy Liga Cup Championship, so they're starting to round into shape. Kai Balungay looks really, really good in the preseason. I think he could be a potential MVP candidate this UAAP season if he continues to play this way. And then some recruitment news. John Abate, the son of former PBA All-Star John Arrigo, has committed to the UST Growling Tigers. He's 2 years eligible from season 86 to 87. He's a sniper, can shoot well on the ball or off the ball. He can penetrate and transition. He has good athleticism. He's a solid recruit for a UST side that also recruited, let me get the name right here, a high school standout from the United States. Sorry, just let me get a name here real quick. Jason Suba, a 19-year-old, yes, from Familia, Washington, D.C. has joined the UST Growling Tigers. Of course, UST also recruited Kyle Paranada. And, they're making up for some of their Phil-Am losses. Lane and Wilson. Lane couldn't make it anywhere due to academics. Wilson transferred to the UE Red Warriors, another team that's stocked up on recruits. So, a lot of recruitment still going on. Interchanging parts. Abate is really good. He's talented. He's 6'1". He's a guard, but he can shoot well and he has good athleticism and he has experience and he's eligible for 2 seasons. I think he could be really good for UST. There were some other schools who might have been interested, but UST was the most consistent suitor, and that's where he ended up. And there's still some recruitment going on behind the scenes, some stuff not maybe close to developed yet, but developing. And yeah, a lot of exciting times ahead in terms of recruitment. But of course, I don't want to end this podcast without acknowledging the incredible accomplishment of the Philippine football team that won their first ever game in the FIFA World Cup yesterday. Recording this Wednesday, so that took place Tuesday Manila time. Absolutely incredible. Bolden, McDaniel, that entire squad, they made the country so proud and they won in such great style. New Zealand, I believe, was ranked 26, Philippines 46, but the Philippines get an early goal and they play superb, well, with some fortunate breaks, I would say, but superb defense as well to keep New Zealand from scoring, to hold on for an emphatic, unforgettable win. And I know that we throw the term Pinoy pride out a lot when Philippine national teams succeed in the world stage. There's some scenarios where it's said after a blowout loss, like in basketball, and it's like, okay, let's just be supportive, hope for the best. And you understand that side of things, but also there are moments like yesterday where Pinoy pride, really, it's the perfect way to describe the feeling around the air with what those incredible women accomplished. So kudos to them. I cannot wait to watch their next match against Norway on Sunday. And what a moment. Just what a moment. And those incredible athletes incredible human beings will live forever. Their names will live forever for what they did. And what an incredible day to be proud to be a Filipino. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed these quick hitting notes. And if you guys like this new concept, just me reporting on the fly, getting my mic, turning on the recording button, let me know if you like it. I'll keep doing it. And of course, thank you again to our sponsors. After this podcast audio is up, you will hear the recent happenings and updates from our sponsors. Of course, Get Blued, Green Blooded, The Cleaning Coach, DexWin. Thank you so much to all of them. Thank you to all the listeners. Till the next episode. See you all soon. Attention sports enthusiasts and loyal Ateneo fans. The peak of excitement may have settled after the UAAP season, but your support for Team Ateneo should never waver. Show your unwavering spirit by proudly donning your favorite Get Blued merchandise. We have amazing news for you. You can now find the most extensive selection of authentic Ateneo gear at both Shopee Mall and Laz Mall. Gear up and embrace the blue and white pride with Get Blued's top-notch apparel. And remember, always buy original. LaSalle fans and Animo supporters, the crown is back in Taft. Now is the best time to secure the most incredible DLSU merchandise in the market to celebrate the Lady Spikers title conquest of Season 85. Green-Blooded's championship t-shirt is something you do not want to miss out on. It comes in 3 different colors with the name of each champion spiker on the back, names that will be remembered forever. What better way to celebrate this unforgettable season? So visit Green-Blooded on Shopee now and show off your Animo spirit.
Going to work in the paint. Hello!
Cryptocurrency. Now, you can buy crypto seamlessly through GCash, PayMaya, or GrabPay and dive into the world of sports results investing. Here's how you can get started. Step 1. Visit the DexWin website and navigate to the home page. Step 2. Select the Buy Crypto option. Step 3. Choose to purchase USDT via the Polygon Network, ensuring secure and efficient transactions. Step 4. Insert the amount in Philippine peso that you wish to invest in crypto. Step 5. For verification purposes, provide your email address when prompted. Step 6. Check your inbox for a verification code and enter it on the website. Step 7. Complete your transaction and you're on your way to exploring this exciting platform. All you have to do to finalize the payment is to log in using your GCash number. DexWin is here to make sure your sports betting journey runs smooth and seamless. A gentle reminder, at this time, withdrawals are only supported through trusted platforms like Binance and other cryptocurrency exchanges where you can sell USDT for Philippine peso. Here's how you do it on Binance. First, select Withdraw to Exchange on DexWin. Then enter your Binance Polygon address. Enter the amount you wish to withdraw. Tap on Withdraw. Next, head to your Binance account where you should see your withdrawal under USDT. Select Withdraw under Spot. Under Cash, select Sell Crypto. Enter the amount you wish to sell. Select Sell USDT to confirm. Confirm how you want to receive your Philippine pesos and you're all set. Start betting on DexWin now using the link in the description.
When it comes to cleaning a home or office, most people just know the basics. Mopping the floor, wiping off dust and dirt is pretty standard. While all that can make a place look clean, it doesn't mean it is clean. Making a place truly clean and virus-free requires a professional help. That's where the cleaning coach comes in. The cleaning coach provides outstanding general cleaning, commercial cleaning, post-construction cleanup, upholstery cleaning, floor, carpet cleaning, aircon cleaning, and disinfection at a very reasonable price. The cleaning coach and his team will do all the scrubbing, dusting, polishing, disinfecting, and sanitizing, so you won't have to. Making your place look clean that you can also smell and feel. You will experience the difference. Now that's stress-free cleaning to a better normal, done professionally by the cleaning coach. Contact the cleaning coach today to learn more.